and championship game. Pleased to have the head coach of the Wildcats, Pat Fitzgerald, here with us. And Coach, let's start with Dublin. How does opening in Ireland change things for you in the preseason?
Yeah, it starts calendar-wise. Everything's bumped up a week. We'll report tomorrow night. Start practice on Thursday, basically a week before everybody else does. Behind the scenes is where all that happens, right? The logistics, the operations, moving a program, and Frosty moving his program, over for basically a bowl week in Dublin. So a lot behind the scenes. You try to make it so the players and the staff don't see any change of a normal road game. So more like a bowl game, basically. But in training camp, it'll be the same.
Okay. On top of that, the notion of going to Ireland and being abroad, you guys have a bye week afterward, which they don't have. Are you going to be able to kind of integrate seeing a little bit of Dublin into your schedule, or is it simply, hey, we're going over there to play a game, we're coming back because we got 11 more to follow?
Yeah, two different focuses. Before the game, it'll be like a bowl week. We land, we'll have a walkthrough, and then we'll be back basically on our Thursday, Friday, play the game routine. We're going to stay in country Sunday and not come back until Monday morning, Monday afternoon, depending on when we can get out of the airport. So that'll give the guys at least maybe, the night Saturday and then all day Sunday to enjoy, the camaraderie, the community, the culture, and, most of their families that are making the trip will be able to be there and they'll be able to share that together. When we get back on the plane, we would probably give our guys Tuesday, Wednesday off anyways of a bye week. That's our anticipation. And then get back going Thursday, Friday, the weekend off, and we're back into the gauntlet.
I want to be fair to you and Coach Frost, so I asked him the same question. Do you wish it was in Rome?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. No, as someone who has family roots that have immigrated, but, I'd love to go to Rome. I'll go with you. That would be terrific. Maybe not to take a football team, but, this could become a really neat tradition for the Big Ten. The way the Aer Lingus College Football Classic folks have explained it to us. And they've been fabulous. And I think, especially for a lot of my guys, we play in the Pinstripe Bowl. A lot of guys had never been to Manhattan. Now going to Ireland, a lot of guys have never been abroad. So getting a passport, we're talking through insurance. These are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, using it through the game of football, sharing it together. What a great experience.
Coach, you went through some transition on defense last year.
Yeah.
What were you most pleased about the defense in the spring?
Well, I think we're getting back fundamentally to what we gave away last year. I think that was our biggest issue. We can talk scheme and maybe different terminology. That was pretty minimal. But, our ability to control the point on the line of scrimmage was evident. And we've been built on the line of scrimmage. That's who we are. We know who we are. And so we've fixed that by competitive depth with newcomers. Being in the whole offseason. We didn't get impacted by COVID in 20. We had a veteran group. We, especially on defense, it hurt us last year when our developmental program in the weight room, the way we develop our guys, we missed 6-8 months of that development. That manifested in the group that was next. That's not an excuse. That's the reality. So when you're talking about whys and how do we fix it, that was priority number one. And we actually tweaked, turned the dials a little bit when you've been at a place as long. Not wholesale changes, but a little tweak. We've run less. We've pumped more iron. We've put a focus more on getting back to where we've been from strength levels. Jay Hooten and that staff's done a great job. We've set program high PRs, but it's a little skewed. Stats are for losers because we weren't where we needed to be. And I think we're back, and that we'll see right away. Scott's got a great team. They've got a very physical team. They run the ball incredibly well. They challenge you schematically. They challenge your personnel. We're going to find out if that work is paid off right away in the opener.
Coach, the transfer portal, you guys bring some guys in. How has that integration worked for you guys?
Well, I'll go back to 2004, last time with the whistle. I'll go back to 2006, my first time as a head coach with the whistle. Completely different world in college football. And you have to evolve. And we've evolved as a university. We've evolved as a program. And it's all about adding competitive depth, but not losing the fit and not losing the culture of your locker room. And our staff has done a really, really good job. Our recruiting staff has done a phenomenal job of identifying. And we've got a lot of interest in guys that we recruit out of high school. That's the first group I'm hearing from, are the guys that we recruit out of high school, circling back and just got to make sure they're the right fit. And, totally different than maybe even 3 years ago, Coach. That's how quickly this has changed. Completely different than 2006. Yeah. But, you got to evolve. We're going to be a scholastic model. We're going to recruit high school, period. But you got to fill competitive depth issues through the portal.
And even though you don't probably use the portal maybe as much as some other programs, you probably have less attrition than most programs. Most private schools do.
That's correct.
So how do you manage your numbers with the portal and with such good rate of retention?
Yeah, that's a great question. An ongoing thing you have to be aware of.
Right.
Roster management has become a major part of my job. So again, looking at it scholastically first, we project this number will be our graduating seniors. That's our hard target in high school numbers. And then as we move forward through the process of recruiting, and then based on where we feel like we've got to add, that's kind of how we've gone through the portal.
Coach, I want to ask you about the quarterback spot. In the 2 years that you have not done well in the last 4, quarterback play has frankly been subpar. In the 2 years that you won the Big Ten, your quarterback play has been really good.
Yeah.
You did not go in the portal. You kept the guys that you have.
Yeah.
Give us a sense of where you are at the quarterback position.
Yeah, we've got a great battle going on. You know, Ryan Helinski and Brendan Sullivan are came out of spring ball neck and neck. Both guys have done really well. I took a couple days, but I've been to pretty much every workout this summer, and they've done a really good job leading. They've done a good job. They're both different personalities, and I've really been pleased. Now, football comes out on Thursday. I'd rather have the decision made in the rearview mirror, but within the next 10 days to 2 weeks, we'll make that internally, probably before you guys, maybe around when you guys come to campus. And, we're playing a Big Ten opponent, so I won't say anything. I wouldn't say anything anyways. But, we'll know internally. And then, I like where we're at, in that room. And, again, we're getting back to who we are from a scholastic quarterback recruitment standpoint. We've been pretty good in my time. And we're going to get back to that and develop it within our locker room. And if we have to, we'll go back in the portal. But feel good about where we're at.
What's the latest on the stadium project?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's, first of all, amazing generosity. Couldn't say thank you enough to the Ryan family, and there'll be more families that join that group. But, Mr. Ryan, Mrs. Ryan, and the entire Ryan family, we're working through it with Derek and the administration at the university, and exciting times to come. Our fans, Big Ten fans, Evanston, Chicagoland, deserve really what we should have, and that's a world-class facility, and that's where we're going.
Is this the last year in Ryan Field, or is that?
Yeah, so I coach the football team. So those are really good questions for someone near Dr. Derek Crack. So no.
Just asking, right?
Just ask.
This is Northwestern on Northwestern violence.
Ask questions.
I've had a bunch of softballs till right now. Yeah.
I thought the whole idea was to ask questions.
Yeah.
Who graduated first out of you two?
First in their class?
No.
Not me. I promise you it wasn't me.
Reverend, you're older.
I'm significantly older than Fitz. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Trevor was a professional basketball player.
Yeah, absolutely.
In Ireland, in the old country, Pat. I'll tell you about the old country when we have some time. That's going to do it for Coach Fitz. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Best of luck
Thanks,
and safe travels
Thanks,
over
guys. Go Cats.
to Ireland.